Well, it's been a crazy 24 hours here, and Thai politics is a very strange beast. So basically, Srettha Thavisin had to win the support of both houses of parliament. Now, looking at the coalition that they'd formed, they were pretty confident with the numbers in the lower house, but it was unclear what would happen in that military-appointed Senate. Of course, those were the senators who blocked the Move Forward Party's candidate, Pita Limjuranrat, from becoming Prime Minister. So it was really unclear which way they would go, but ultimately Thai did get the votes, and Srettha Thavisin will be the 30th Prime Minister.
So who is Srettha Thavisin? Why is he seen as a safe choice for the reformed Thai parties and country's next leader?
Well, Srettha Thavisin is a successful businessman. He's a property developer, a property tycoon, and a relative newcomer to politics. He also, very importantly, has an uncontroversial last name. He doesn't have the Shinawatra name that his main competitor in that bid, Thai's other prime ministerial nominee, Thaksin Shinawatra, Thaksin's daughter, has. And so he's seen as a clean skin and won't be as divisive, Thai is hoping, as Thaksin may have been.
Well, speaking of the Thaksin family, in major developments today, the man who founded the Thai party, former Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra, has just returned from 15 years of self-exile, and now he's in jail. What can you tell us?
That's right. After 15 years in self-exile, Thaksin Shinawatra finally touched down. Many people were shocked. They didn't think this day would ever come. He was greeted at the airport after landing in his private jet by hundreds of his supporters in those trademark red shirts. Very excited to see him. He managed to spend a bit of time with his family, get some photos, before he was taken away by police to the court and then ultimately to prison, where the court says he will remain for the next 8 years. That's unclear, though, whether he will actually serve that full 8 years in prison. He can still apply for a royal pardon, and he may also argue that the fact that he's older, he's 74 years old and has a number of health conditions, that prison isn't the right place and maybe he'll be housed in something more like a hospital.
And Lauren, there's also speculation about the timing of his return and the instalment of a new Prime Minister on the same day. What's being said about this in Thailand?
Well, Thaksin Shinawatra himself has said that it's just a coincidence that he returned on the same day as this prime ministerial vote, but many people say that's highly unlikely, and that it's highly unlikely that he would have returned to Thailand if it was likely he would spend a significant amount of time in jail. So it's believed that maybe there was a deal already, even though it's been denied by the Thai party, with those military parties to make sure that he won't spend that full time in jail. So, I mean, a lot of people are upset with that. Former supporters of Thai feel betrayed that they have now sided with their former enemies in the military that ousted both Thaksin and his sister Yingluck in coups. So even though this long wait for a new Prime Minister is finally over, the political turmoil here in Thailand is set to continue.
Well, what happens next on the political landscape now with the Move Forward Party, which came first in the election, not putting forward a successful candidate for Prime Minister?
Well, this is the strange thing about Thai politics, and the thing that many people will be upset with. The party that won that election back in May, the Progressive Move Forward Party, will now be in opposition. As I mentioned, its candidate for Prime Minister, Pita Limjuranrat, was blocked by the military-appointed senators from becoming Prime Minister. He's also now completely out of Parliament. So those Move Forward Party supporters, and they won something like 40% of the vote, are very disappointed that they will not be part of government. They will, in fact, be in opposition.